Welcome back, Jordan. I'm still trying to process the news that broke late Sunday night. This isn't just a corporate acquisition. This is a talent coup that could genuinely change how every single one of us uses our phone and computer in the next 3 years.
Totally, Alex. I mean, when you have a solo developer, Peter Steinberger, who just sold his last company, PSPDFK, for over $100 million, come out of retirement, tinker for a couple of months, and then create something that gets courted by both Mark Zuckerberg and Sam Altman, that's a story. But the real bomb? It's his quote. He said these AI agents are going to eliminate 80% of apps.
Eliminate 80%. I literally looked at my home screen and thought, which 5 apps get to survive? That's a provocative statement, but if anyone can back it up, it might be the creator of OpenClaw.
It's all about the talent acquisition, right? Sam Altman officially confirmed it. Peter Steinberger is joining OpenAI to drive the next generation of personal agents. This is OpenAI saying, agents are the future, and we just hired the best builder in the world to make it happen. It's an absolute mic drop on the AI agent race.
Let's set the stage for our listeners who might have missed the viral rise of this thing. What exactly is OpenClaw, and why was it the object of a bidding war between 2 of the world's biggest tech CEOs?
Great question. OpenClaw, which, fun fact, started as ClaudeBot and then briefly MoltBot before Anthropic's trademark team got involved, is an autonomous AI agent framework. It's not just a fancy chatbot, Alex. It's a system designed to run continuously and act on your behalf. Exactly. Think of it as a genuine digital employee. You can task it to do complex multi-step things, stay on top of your emails, coordinate a family travel plan, deal with an insurance claim. You know, the stuff that takes 5 different apps and 3 phone calls. The breakthrough was that it was an open source project.
Ah, so it actually does things, not just gives me an answer. Open source. So this one guy, Peter, builds this thing in his spare time, and it just takes off.
Takes off is an understatement. He initially created a prototype in about 1 hour by connecting WhatsApp to an external language model. Within a few months, OpenClaw shot up to over 180,000 stars on GitHub. We're talking about a project that, according to his own blog, drew 2 million visitors in a single week. That's a viral sensation, but with real code. It proved that people were desperate for this kind of agentic software. Totally, and they're buying the guy who has the singular focus. Peter Steinberger is a builder. He had an existing successful company, sold it, and then got bored and started coding again. He explicitly said he wasn't interested in building another huge company. He wants to change the world with AI, and he felt joining OpenAI was the fastest way to expand his reach. That's a brilliant move from Sam Altman's team. The most fascinating part of this whole saga wasn't just that he joined OpenAI, but the bidding war he was at the center of. We know he was in deep talks with Meta as well.
That's the part that blew my mind. He was talking to both Sam Altman and Mark Zuckerberg personally. Tell us about that negotiation drama.
It was a heavyweight battle. On the Meta side, Peter mentioned on a podcast that Mark Zuckerberg himself was trying out the product, writing code, and giving Peter direct feedback via WhatsApp. That's a highly personal, competitive approach. Zuckerberg was clearly passionate about landing this talent.
Can you imagine getting a WhatsApp message from Zuck? Being like, hey, got a bug report on line 420? That's a crazy level of CEO involvement.
I know, right? But what did OpenAI offer? They offered the cutting-edge technology and, crucially, access to the sheer computing power that Peter couldn't get on his own. He was losing money, reportedly running at a $10,000 to $20,000 monthly loss, just keeping the project afloat with tokens and hosting costs, despite the hype. He's a developer who loves the code, not the business model.
That makes the decision much clearer. You get to stop losing money, get unlimited compute, and work with the best LLMs in the world. And you get to focus purely on building the future. But there was a non-negotiable condition, wasn't there?
The open source condition. Absolutely critical. Peter was adamant that OpenClaw had to remain open source. and Sam Altman agreed. The announcement confirms that OpenClaw will now transition into a foundation and remain an open-source project that OpenAI will continue to support.
Wait, so OpenAI, the company that is often criticized for becoming closed AI, just invested heavily in a project whose core value is being open source? That feels like a massive strategic pivot.
It's a brilliant move to co-opt the open-source community. Altman even stated, "The future is going to be extremely multi-agent, and it's important to us to support open source as part of that." They get the genius developer, the viral community, and they neutralize a major open source competitor in the agent space, all while gaining credit for supporting the open source movement. It's a triple win.
So OpenClaw fans don't lose their project, they just gain access to essentially OpenAI's deep pockets and top-tier models for the OpenClaw framework. That's a huge reassurance for the community.
Exactly. It's like the Chrome/Chromium model. The core stays free and open for everyone to tinker with, but Peter and the top-tier talent are now using the most advanced models behind the OpenAI firewall to build the commercial next-gen personal agents.
Okay, let's look at the flip side. This kind of autonomous agent, which is running continuously, doing things like filing insurance claims and checking flights, must come with some serious risks. You give it broad system-level permissions. What's the downside here?
The downside is significant. We already saw warnings about this. China's industry ministry, for example, raised concerns that an open-source AI agent like this, if improperly configured, could pose significant security risks and expose users to cyber attacks and data breaches.
That's really scary. It's not a static app, it's an entity that can take actions. If you give it access to your email, your bank, your travel details, a security flaw is catastrophic. So, in a way, the acquisition is a safety move. They're bringing the chaos of the open-source frontier development inside a regulated, resource-heavy environment.
And that's the core debate. The power of agents comes from their autonomy, but that autonomy is also the vulnerability. If the LLM makes a mistake, or if a hacker compromises the agent, it can do a lot more damage than a static app. Peter Steinberger actually mentioned he spent time closing security gaps while the project was viral. Bringing him to OpenAI, a company with world-class safety and security teams, is a necessity to scale this kind of technology safely. Absolutely, and it changes the power dynamic in the AI race. Meta was clearly trying to hire Steinberger to bolster their own agent efforts, which they've been pushing hard on with their large language models. OpenAI just ripped the biggest independent piece of talent right off the chessboard, proving they are deadly serious about owning the agent layer of the internet, not just the large language model layer. So let's come back to that starting point. Peter Steinberger's bold prediction that agents will eliminate 80% of applications. What does a world run by personal agents actually look like?
It sounds almost dystopian, but also incredibly efficient. I mean, if I never have to look at a complicated flight check-in app again, that sounds nice.
It's a shift from an app-centric internet to an agent-centric internet. Right now, every time you want to do something, book a doctor, track a package, order food, you have to open a dedicated siloed app. An agent doesn't need that. It just uses its own tools and models to talk directly to the underlying services.
So instead of downloading the United Airlines app, my agent, let's call him Claude, just says, "I've checked you in for your flight, and I've got your mobile boarding pass. I don't need the app anymore."
Precisely. Peter Steinberger even described the process of programming in this new world like knitting a sweater. It becomes this collaborative, high-level, voice-driven process where the agent does all the tedious, repetitive code for you. He says his own hands are too precious to be used for typing anymore. He literally dictates code.
That's an incredible image. The next generation of programmers just talking to their agents who are building the software.
It's the highest leverage use of AI we've seen yet. And with Steinberger now focused on making these agents so simple that even my mom can use them, as he put it, OpenAI is signaling they want this revolutionary power to be democratized, not just for power users. They are building the operating system of the future.
This whole story is a perfect microcosm of the AI industry right now. Insane talent, viral open source innovation, corporate bidding wars, and massive existential bets on the future of computing.
Totally. The key takeaway for our listeners is this. Peter Steinberger joining OpenAI is not about a quick feature update. It's the most significant talent acquisition yet in the race to build autonomous personal agents. The entire user experience of the internet is about to shift from clicking icons to giving verbal instructions to a trusted AI employee.
The agent layer is the new App Store.
Exactly. And OpenAI, by landing the creator of OpenClaw and keeping the open source community involved, has just positioned itself to be the gatekeeper to that new agent layer. Watch this space closely. The 80% of apps you have on your phone, their days are absolutely numbered.
Thanks for tuning in to The Download. We'll be tracking the development of OpenAI's next generation of agents, or as we'll now call them, Claude's cousins, in the weeks to come. See you next time.